Hi, welcome to Inspire DIYer. My name is Max, and today I'm going to be sharing you my own homemade Tori Paitan or chicken tonkotsu ramen. All right, let's get started right after this. All right, so first off, you're going to be blanching the chicken bones for a little bit. I used about 2 pounds of chicken bones with a handful of chicken feet. That's just to add boost the extra collagen inside. So I blanch it for about 10 to 15 minutes or so, and then I basically empty it out everything. Make sure you rinse and clean the bones thoroughly because that's going to determine how clear the final broth is going to be. Now fill the water back up and put this thing on a saute mode. That's just to basically let all the scums boil to the top surface so we can skim that off and have a clearer broth. I then pressure cook this for about 90 minutes before adding all the extra onions and garlic. You want to leave those out for now so that the broth can be as clear as it can. After 90 minutes, you want to start smashing all those chicken bones down so that all the fats and the collagen start breaking down into the broth itself. I then cut up some napa cabbage and add that in just for the extra flavor since we're using chicken bones here. I also added in some green onions, ginger, and garlic here as well to enhance flavor. For this next part here, we're going to be making some chicken chashu. So I'm using chicken breast here, but you can obviously use pork or any pieces you like. I'm mixing in some soy sauce, some mirin, and sake. That's just the base of the chashu itself. I'm also adding in some green onions, garlic, and ginger here. I let this chashu come to a boil, then simmer, and then set aside after half an hour. I also forgot to mention that I let the Instant Pot come to a boil one more time using the saute mode and basically cook all those veggies that we just add in for about an hour and then strain everything out after that. Make sure you double strain this process so that no bones will be left behind in the broth. The next part is entirely optional, but I would highly recommend it if you want a very rich and creamy broth that you desire. So I basically use a stick blender and then emulsify all the fats into the broth together or into the soup so that it just look like, those tonkotsu creamy white textures that you want. As for the tare here, I'm keeping it very simple. So I'm simply using part of the marinade from the chashu, adding on some more soy sauce, mirin, sake, as well as the anchovy to add that extra fishy flavor into it. And I also add a bit of fish sauce into this as well. Let the tare come to a boil, then add a bit of bonito flakes to finish it off and then turn off the stove. So for the aroma oil, I'm doing something very similar to when I made the tonkotsu ramen last time. So I added in some garlic in order to fry it in the oil, then added in some green onions in here as well. I add in sesame oil at the end so that it doesn't burn. And make sure you keep your eyes on this aroma oil the entire time because the garlic can burn here very easily. On the next day, I took the chicken breast out to heat it up on the pan again. You also want to set the other pot for boiling the ramen noodles. You can use whatever noodles you like. I use this brand called Lotus. I'm not affiliated with them by all means. It really looks like I'm promoting it, but I'm not. But they taste really good. Now putting everything together, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of tare as well as some broth into the bowl. Then put in the hot ramen noodle right over the broth. I didn't really discuss the toppings, but it's really coming down to your personal preference of what you want in your ramen. I'm actually adding in some kikurake or like wood ear mushrooms and then some corns here. Then I slice some chicken breast and as well as adding them in the aroma oil and then the garlic. Finally, top it up with some green onions and then add in some seaweed. And now you can brag to your friend that you made your own chicken ramen at home. Thanks for watching.